Welcome to Boxscore Studio, where the stats speak, the stories hit harder, and every take comes straight off the playbook. Let's talk sports.
Sweep the league TV and beyond the game. Rudy and the crew, you already know the name. From football, basketball, man, we cover it all. Sports fans rise up, yeah, we answer the call. Sweep the league TV and beyond the game. Rudy and the crew, you already know the name. From football, basketball, man, we cover it all. Sports fans rise up, yeah, we answer the call. Welcome to the show.
What is up, everybody? It's Rudy Campos Jr. And yeah, it's the reunion show, Sweep the League reunion show. But this is just for Boxscore Studio. As you all know, we rebranded to Boxscore Studio TV. And yeah, we decided we're going to shoot the shit with you guys here today for about 30 minutes. And of course, you know, we've got our former people that are going to be coming back on from time to time. Shout out to Rocky Garza, Derek Irvin. You see Derek with me on Fridays and Thursdays every now and then on our radio show. But we also have maybe Chris Galler coming back. But we've got the OG coming back tonight. And yeah, man, it's long overdue. So
his name and he appears.
That is Coach Gio, man.
Boy.
It's been a long time. This is Boxscore. So I think you were a part of Boxscore when we started, or I think you just left before we got Boxscore Studio. I can't remember.
Well, Rudy, the check stopped clearing. The checks.
Well, we never got
clearing.
the money. Can we say we never got the money?
You never got the money from someone. We won't mention the name, but it's glad to be back. You know, football.
Look at this. You got Coach Gio. You got fans. They're back.
Football's back on the horizon, Rudy. The Rams, of course, the Bulldogs. We won't talk about the Spurs and what disaster that was.
I gotta get your
years off my life.
We've got 30 minutes. We got less than 30 minutes. Well, about 30 minutes. So I've got to get your answers on the Spurs. But go ahead, continue. What else do you want to talk about, man?
But no, it's good to be back. I'm itching for some football, Rudy. The World Cup was great, right? Saw some great soccer.
I became a fan of soccer. After this World Cup, I am a massive fan of soccer.
I do think the Americans took some good strides forward. Still a good learning experience on that side, but looking forward to
determined that was a lie.
the next few years. I will say, Rudy, a lot of Europeans did love their time here in America. So
I heard barbecue is like one of the top.
Barbecue. They loved Long John Silver's, Arby's. I mean, they went crazy with some of the food that, let's just be honest, some of it isn't A tier. But you know, good to see Europeans having their time. But football is king here in America, and I mean the NFL, not
oh, come on,
football and college football, which I love.
Football or soccer is the king of all sports, apparently, and I can understand why, man. It's the king of all sports. Now, yeah, American football is obviously, you know, it's cat and eyes. It's like the top of the line here when it comes to sports in general in America, but soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, that is like the sport, dude. And I'm going to tell you right now, you got people in here this year turned me into a soccer fan as well. Absolutely turned me into a soccer fan. Let's go England. Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham has become one of my favorite players. Jude Bellingham. I'm gonna follow Lamine Yamal. I'm gonna follow him. The one guy that got me into soccer was the Viking himself, Gio. That was Erling Haaland. And a shout out to Chris Leha. He gave me all these names to follow in the World Cup, and my family were watching TV every single game. I don't care if it was, I don't care who it was, the shitty teams. I don't care. I was watching every game, man.
No, it was a great experience, Rudy, and to have it here in America. And it was funny because leading up, this guy who's commenting, he's a bandwagon Dodger fan. I just want to throw that out there.
What?
We could talk about it another day. But no, it was great to see Rudy. Good times, and I think America was showing a pretty good light during this World Cup.
Bandwagon Dodger fan. I mean, come on, man. Can't be a bandwagon Dodger. I am a definite San Francisco Giants fan. So I guess we can't be friends. At Bent Dink, we cannot be friends. I love the name, man. He loves the Rams. I guess the Rams. We're gonna get into the Rams talk here in a little bit. A lot more comments. Look, can we talk about the greatest basketball player ever? Bronny James, man. I don't know if we can talk about Bronny James some more. I mean, he's going to go wherever LeBron goes. We're going to ask Gio, and peptides is another one. Stars are made in the World Cup to the American audience. Stars were made. First time catching show live. Great stuff, guys. Hey, Eddie the Great, man. A shout out to Eddie the Great. Always following us, man. I love Eddie the Great, man. Appreciate you joining us here. We got a lot to talk about. This is our first live episode. We'll probably get more in later on. Trust me, we're just starting this whole box score, sweep reunion, all that stuff. Go. This guy talking about you. I got the jerseys coach of bandwagon Indiana fan, called out on that.
Hell yeah.
So I want to just comment this real quick, Rudy. Rudy, when they hired Coach Sig, first of all, I was going to games before Coach Sig got there. Coach Allen was there. But I told you, Rudy, Indiana was a sleeping giant. And you and Derek looked at me saying, what is Gio talking about?
Well, we didn't look at you like that.
No, but Rudy,
we did question it. You
questioned it, and I said, look, I've been to the university. It's a beautiful campus there in the Midwest. And I said, if they could just get some money, legally, of course, and that's exactly what's happened. Rudy, could you believe, and I'm not sure if we really talked about this, that Indiana won the national championship?
Yeah.
I mean, what a surprise. But no, my fiance, listen, she did go to Indiana. So look, I mean, I kind of got baptized in there, Rudy. I'm kind of a Hoosier. And they were sorry. They're the losingest program in college football history. And yeah, does it look suspicious? Sure, Rudy, it does.
We our producer Gio actually brought up your comment, and we have that comment from 2 years ago that you made about Indiana.
You feel the tension in the air right now? I know
2 years,
can.
fellas.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
That was your comment made by Indiana about Indiana Hoosier football, and you were dead on. You were dead on about it. We gave you your flowers. You were right.
You did, Rudy. And here we go with the excuses. But no, I can't wait for college football. I hope to go to a Georgia game this year. And also IU game I'll be at sometime this year.
Just don't go to Georgia, Kentucky. Because last time you went there, Georgia almost lost that game.
Rudy, that game was actually very stressful. And a lot of people were screaming at offensive coordinator Mike Bobo, who ironically is still at the University of Georgia. But we'll see what happens. College football is going to be, Rudy, I think it's going to be nuts this year. I really think it's going to be all over the place.
I'll tell you what. I mean, we're going to be doing a couple more shows from time to time. We're going to get into college football talk. We know that you guys, like to hear about college football, especially with Coach Gio, NFL with Coach Gio as well. It's the best coverage when it comes to NFL and college football. I'm saying it with a straight face. Why? Because it is true. I mean, we've got some of the best coverage, and Coach Gio is the absolute man when it comes to that here. It's Coach Gio. It's Rudy Composure, the reunion show here for Sweeps. It is on Boxscore Studio TV. Be sure to subscribe to Boxscore Studio TV on YouTube so you don't miss any more shows. We got about 25 minutes, Gio. And do I dare bring up a – yeah, you know what? Let me see if I can find something here. Screw it. You know what, man? The New York Knicks, they beat the San Antonio Spurs.
Rudy, why?
Why
you got to talk about this,
you bring
man?
up the Atlanta Falcons shit all the time when it comes to Super Bowl, so I'm bringing up the Spurs. Spurs had a double-digit lead in 4 out of the 5 games, and they led every single quarter with the exception of the fourth quarter. Midway through the fourth quarter, sorry, Spurs fans, we're bringing this up. They even blew a 29-point lead where they did not make at least one 3-point shot in 8 attempts. Could I keep going? Do I keep
The
going?
pain, Rudy, the sorrow.
Aaron Fox with the block on the layup. Should have brought it back out. The struggles of everybody, to include Victor Wembanyama in that time period. So, your heartbreak, Gio. We want to know what your heartbreak is. Jeff Garcia, shout out Spurs and Pokers. We've talked about it many times already. We're over it, but have you gotten over it?
I have, Rudy. I talked to my good friend Gerald, who's been commenting here, and I essentially said, hey, like, the better team won the series. I mean, Rudy, going in, I thought the Spurs would win in 6 games.
You in America, except anybody in New York.
Anyone in New York, and we won't talk about those crazies over there. But I really thought the Spurs would win this series. But Rudy, kudos to the Knicks. They came prepared. They didn't run away. I mean, Rudy, up 29. I mean, I'm doing backflips, having a protein shake, just relaxing, having a good time. Yeah. And Rudy, that game, which was game 3, or it could have been 4 actually, was probably
4. I believe
it was game 4, one of the most gut wrenching games I've ever seen. Is it worse than the Ray Allen 3? No. Is it worse than Tua last second touchdown against Georgia? No. But being up 29, was pretty devastating. But really, I put things in perspective. The Spurs were very young team, and no excuses. But really, they just ran out of gas. I think they put everything into the Oklahoma series, and then they got to the finals, and it was like, okay,
they were happy. They were happy they beat.
They were just happy to get there. Disappointing though, because a double-digit lead in most of those series, really, you should have found at least a way to get a few more games, and you didn't. But kudos to the Knicks. They deserve, Rudy. It's been a long time coming.
53 years, dude.
53 years. A Cowboy fan said they're next. As long as Jerry Jones is the owner, I don't think so, my friend.
Man,
you should know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah, there's no Cowboy Super Bowl anytime soon, man. What did the Spurs do in the offseason? So you're talking last year, let's be honest. I had them at 44 wins. They ended up winning 62 games. I didn't have them in the playoffs. No way did I have them in the playoffs. Yeah, Jim, did not have them in the playoffs. I had them in the play-in. Didn't have them in the playoffs. What did they do, Jim? In the offseason, they go and they sign Tobias Harris. Major signing right there. Huge signing. What else did they do? Sean Sweeney goes to Orlando. I'm the head coach of Orlando. Spurs fans, including myself, when I'm covering the Spurs, I'm thinking, who's going to get the next job? Do you move Corliss Williams up? Do you move Rashad Lewis up? What do you do? No. These sons of bitches go and get one Billy Donovan.
The brain trust, like, Rudy.
I mean, now I'm like, okay, at first I didn't have you winning 60 games again. Now I'm like, I think you could scratch that surface again, man. I really do.
I think they have a golden opportunity. I mean, obviously, Rudy, every year is different, right? Obviously, Victor's health, that's something that's going to be looked at, obviously, again this season. But adding Tobias, I mean, Rudy, I'm a fan of his, a veteran presence. Rudy, we've talked about this in the past. There's like no veterans on any teams nowadays, right? Yeah. Most of the veterans go literally to China or some random country to go play, basketball. So good to see that presence and to have a coach in here, a brain trust. Rudy, I think the Spurs, I really, really think they're going to have a great year. And we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, Oklahoma City is going to be there, of course. Which, they
took a step back.
They did, but Rudy, I think they'll be back. Denver's still floating around.
Denver did the smart thing. They kept the same team.
They did.
The only thing is they were not healthy. Now, if they're healthy, I think Denver is the second best team in the West, right behind San Antonio. I don't believe Oklahoma City has shit this year.
I think Denver was looking ahead to San Antonio.
Yeah, I will say that. I will give you that.
To me, felt like they were looking ahead, and the next they're eliminated. Minnesota, like there's gonna be a bunch of teams in there, but I think the Spurs, Rudy, you gotta like them coming back, getting more experience under their belt. But Rudy, that finals, I mean, man, it was a tough watch, and it's not like one game, right, Rudy, where it's just okay, one game you lose the Super Bowl. You're watching 5 games of a horror show.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. You're right. It's 5 games of a horror show, but you and Jeff are happy because y'all are both New Yorkers. So,
well, listen, it was bittersweet. My family's posting up stuff literally every second of the day, but it was good to see New York finally get a championship. And that's all I got to say about that, Rudy.
so you mentioned one team in the NBA. Now, before we move on to the last couple of topics here, you said Minnesota. I had all high hopes for the Timberwolves. I thought, you know what? Hard fought series, they got the Spurs. They need to just add another guy and not even a major guy. They just need to add somebody. So what do? Let me go and add LaMelo Ball. Let me get rid of Julius Randle. Let me get rid of Naz Reid. Let's just kind of blow everything up in Minnesota because we feel LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards are the next duo. But when Rudy Gobert, the Eiffel Tower himself, literally can't really move and all that stuff, when he's out there and you have nobody else, I don't know if that's actually a good offseason.
I mean, look, first of all, if I'm Charlotte, Rudy, why? I really would have kept that core intact because Charlotte was a really good team down the stretch. I mean, they were a team potentially looking to get into the postseason. It didn't end up working out for them. But LaMelo and Edwards, you're right, Rudy. I'm not sure what this is going to look like. Rudy Gobert is a liability a lot of the times. And I would rather have moved Rudy instead of not. So, question, Rudy, if they would have kept Naz Reid instead of Rudy Gobert, you like that mix a little bit better?
I like that better. Naz can at least stretch the floor. Now, he's not a great defender, but, I mean, I would have rather than move Rudy, kept Julius Randle and Naz Reid. That's scoring.
Okay.
But then you look at the defensive side of things. I mean, but then again, who the hell plays defense in the NBA? Not many
plays. I mean, Victor torched Rudy pretty good in that series. So, I mean,
Rudy guarded Jokic like, he was the greatest defender.
Yeah, that is true. And that was a weird series. But yeah, Rudy, I'm not a big fan of LaMelo, but I thought it worked in Charlotte. I thought something's brewing though, Rudy. I think you must admit something's brewing in Charlotte. Yeah. Hopefully it turns out well for them. But it's a weird trade for me. And I'm kind of left thinking, what's going to happen? Like, I just don't know yet. I guess we'll have to see how things kind of shape up in the West.
Earlier, we got a comment. Actually, John's talking about sleeping on the Trailblazers. They had a really good offseason. The Utah Jazz is another team that we're going to get into later on when we start doing some more NBA coverage. There was a comment. I want to move on, but there was a comment here. Yeah, this one by your boys. The sports fans have been spoiled this year. Hope college and NFL keep it going. Truly has, dude. The World Cup was amazing. I mean, it brought in a whole lot of fans. The San Antonio Spurs, they had a historic run. I mean, they had a really good run. The NBA finals were good. New York City burned to the ground because they got a title. I mean, Indiana Hoosiers, the team that everybody wrote off, they became national champions. I mean, the script everywhere in sports.
And Rudy, the Dodgers, Game 7, right? 9th inning, like
that was a badass World Series. That is, and I remember telling my wife, because she was watching it with me, I was like, this is probably the greatest World Series I've seen in some time.
No, it was an awesome series. Before that, the Mariners and Blue Jays had a hell of it. Like, it was a great postseason run. It's always great when the Astros aren't in it. But
God. Why do you got to throw cheap shots at Texas people, man?
You should know your role and shut your mouth.
They're like cockroaches. They don't die. And unfortunately, the Mariners haven't been great this year either. So we'll see what happens down the stretch. But no, Rudy, it's been a great year. I'm very looking forward to the next few months as we kind of gear up for some good sports.
And as you all know, like I said, we'll be back a few times to talk some NFL and college football more in depth here with Coach Gio. Again, this is Boxscore Studio, Rudy Copper Studio, Coach Gio. Be sure to go to Boxscore Studio TV on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Gio, LeBron James, talking about a guy that never goes away. I kind of talked about this last week when I did a show for the station, and I asked the question, I'm like, does anybody really care about LeBron James right now, where he's going? It really feels like ESPN is trying to milk it like if that milk is going away, and that's all you hear. But outside of that, nobody gives a rat's ass about LeBron James.
Nobody cares, Rudy. Rich Paul is trying to say, oh, a lot of teams are reaching out, right? This and that. The man hasn't been signed yet. So at this point, Rudy, probably Miami, Cleveland. I mean, there's not a lot of options, Rudy. Does he want to play for the Dallas Mavericks? No. What he should do, though, Rudy,
San Antonio's the only.
I
viable
honestly
option.
think to my soul that he should sign with the Spurs. Miami, look, I think they have some good pieces there, but the Spurs, to me, with the buy, I mean, Rudy, it's kind of a complete team. Now, I want some more bigs to help Victor out. They've done some things in the draft, but I think there's an injured player, right, Rudy? What's his name? The kid they drafted or no?
Oh, Jaden Quaintance. Yeah,
Yeah.
their first round pick this year.
So, but nonetheless, Rudy, I think honestly, Rudy, LeBron James in San Antonio would be really funny because we've made fun of him for so many years.
Do you realize when I cover the Spurs games that I'm gonna have to actually be around that guy, man, and I have to bite my tongue? Oh God.
I honestly think it's the best match. Like, it just makes sense. This team is ready to win now. They were just in the finals. LeBron, if you go to South Beach, I don't know about that, Rudy. Like, Bama Bio and Bam keeps beating up former players, which is very odd about that whole thing with freaking Hero. But San Antonio just makes the most sense, honestly.
It does. I mean, it really does. I mean, I hate to admit it, but San Antonio does make the most sense. Gio's having a heart attack because he is speaking nonsense.
I'm telling guys, listen, I'm no LeBron James lover. I've been a hater, but San Antonio just makes sense.
It does.
It really does. And Rudy, does he come off the bench?
No. See, that's the problem. That was the issue I had when I talked to Jeff.
The issue is he doesn't come off the bench.
But then again, you didn't sign Tobias Harris to come off the bench either. I think he's a starter. So say you get LeBron, do you go a lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, LeBron James, Tobias Harris, and Wemby? I mean, that just makes your bench another starting five somewhere. Like, to me, that is the most ridiculous.
Could LeBron take the Manu approach as, hey, you know what?
But why? Dylan Harper is going to take that Manu approach, at least for next year.
I heard about that report. Honestly, Rudy, I think the kid should just be starting now. But
I do too.
Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on there. But Rudy, if Tobias comes off the bench, I mean, that's great too. But that's where I kind of lies. I'm not sure exactly what that lineup's going to look like. But nonetheless, LeBron, the Spurs, I know people. I know LaFlop James. I get it. But it just makes sense.
It makes sense, dude. I mean, we really can't say it doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of sense for him to come to San Antonio. So where do you think he ultimately lands up? Where do you think he goes?
Miami.
You really think Miami?
I if it's not San, I really think it's Miami, and then Cleveland just thrown in, which Cleveland isn't a bad team. They just tend to fold come playoff time pretty badly. But
John is saying LeBron's a bencher, which, I mean, if he came off the bench for almost any team, yeah, I could see that.
Rudy, if he took that role, I wouldn't hate it. Would not hate LeBron coming off the bench. I mean, at this point, Rudy, LeBron's not the guy, and he knows that. Listen, you're already the all-time leading scorer. You have a bunch of awards champion. Dude, just come off the bench at this point. Just save your body come playoff time, because that's when we're going to really need you. Not necessarily during the season. So if I'm LeBron, just come off the bench. Who cares? But he won't. He won't do that.
No, he won't do that. And that's the thing, is I think if he did so happen to sign with San Antonio, he would definitely be a starter. And I wouldn't mind it at all. Last thing, man, before we got to go, it's a very quick show tonight here. You want to talk a little NFL. I'm going to give you the option because, Gio, I'm going to say one thing when it comes to the NFC South, because that's my division. I just want to say one thing. And I'm telling you, and I will do an NFL preview show. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is it. The two teams that you could use LeBron are Suns and Bulls. Yeah, I mean, any team could use LeBron. My NFC is the Rudy and LeBron section. I am not Coach Gio can tell you I am not a fan of LeBron James at all. I respect the man's game, but I am not a fan of LeBron James at all.
Every time I hear that term, I just laugh because it's a bit ridiculous, but it's so true. Because Rudy, you look at some of these comments from these LeBron people, and it's always a bit outrageous.
Yeah. It's like remember the Romo-sexuals that we had when Tony Romo was there?
Give me a hell yeah.
I remember that. Back to my NFC South division. I'm on record now with you. I'll be on record when we do our show, on our NFL preview show. The Atlanta Falcons are dead last. 100% dead last.
Really?
Those dirty birds have, ruined my life forever. I'm going to still support them, but I have them dead last. I'm going to give you my NFC South preview right now. I actually have the New Orleans Saints as 1. The Saints, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons. That's my ranking right now. I doubt it changes.
You're really going to go with the Saints?
They've made the biggest moves in the offseason.
I think they were better than last year. There were some stretches where I thought they were a gutsy team, but Rudy, I still think, to me, Carolina, I think, took some big strides.
I wouldn't shock me if Carolina is number 1.
They scared the living death out of me with the Rams. 2 games last season where they beat us the first one, pick sixes, and then that second game, Rudy, literally Carolina could have easily won that game. I'm going to go with Carolina. Rudy, your Falcons,
they suck, dude. I mean, when your biggest offseason is Tua Tagovailoa, blah 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 blah. I mean, who the hell cares? That Michael Penix was never supposed to be drafted there, ever. And yet he's not ready. You go and get Tua. You try to sell me on 2 guys, 2 lefties that are not even a tenth of what Michael Vick was. I mean, give me a break, dude. And I got a question. Rudy's better, Vick or Lamar Jackson? I mean, I'm biased. I'll take Michael Vick, but Lamar Jackson has more hardware. So,
oh my, whoa! I'm not gonna let you get away with this. You're gonna pick Michael Vick over Lamar Jackson?
I said I'm biased. I would take Michael Vick, but Lamar Jackson has more hardware. That for me means Lamar
hardware
Jackson.
And better statistics.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
I would say that, but I mean, I said I'm biased. Okay, let me say it again. I'm biased because me personally, I would take Michael Vick, but Lamar Jackson has the hardware. That's why he is better. That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, so you're agreeing that Lamar is better, but you're taking Vick for some strange reason.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm biased because I take Michael Vick as a Falcon fan, but I know Lamar Jackson's better.
Okay, all right. I just want to make this clear. That question is coming from a group chat that we had going on where people were saying that Vick was clearly better than Lamar Jackson, and I had a big problem with that because as good as Vick was, Lamar he's different. But anyway, Rudy, I like Carolina early on, not to give away my prediction, but Carolina, another year under their belt. Rudy, the Saints, I don't know, man. I have to think about it a little bit more, maybe come around a little bit more, maybe a few weeks of thinking about.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. We don't do our preview show till like late August, so you got plenty of time to sit on the toilet and think.
Tampa Bay, though, Rudy. Question: Baker's been. No, you're thinking this is
Baker. You got rid of Mike Evans. You have Emeka Egbuke, but outside of Emeka, I mean, Bucky Irvin, nah. The line's not good. Baker is probably. I can almost feel like Baker's going to have another injury-riddled year. I mean, I just don't see Tampa Bay. I mean, I've only put them ahead of the Falcons only because I feel that Bijan Robinson isn't enough to make the Falcons a contender in the South.
So you're picking probably Baker just because, or Tampa over the Falcons, just because Baker's probably going to have a better year than Tua. I would definitely
probably, yeah. It's just quarterback play. That's all it is.
You know, Tampa, they dealt with some injuries. Their defense, this is probably the last year, Rudy, for the head coach of Tampa Bay. I
Yes.
get a sense that this is, and I like Todd Bowles. I definitely like him when he plays the Rams because they get blown out all the time. But I get a sense that this is probably Todd Bowles' last year. I'm with you. I think Tampa's going to take another step back. I think Baker also regresses as well. No Mike Evans. Rudy, they got to be able to run the ball. If they're not able to run the ball consistently, you're going to put the ball in Baker's hand. At least Atlanta, though, it does have a running game. You also bring Kyle Pitts back, Rudy.
Yeah, I get it. But so this is what you and I have always said. You're coming off of a contract year. You're going to ball out. Once you get that deal, a lot of these guys, they tend to fall back off the cliff again. So what do you want me to do? Trust Kyle Pitts off of 1 year? I mean, I don't trust Kyle Pitts anymore at all.
So I do like Stefanski as a play caller. I do think it helps him. Listen, Raheem Morris, Rudy, it just didn't work out. He's a defensive guy. I always tell you, Rudy, I like my coaches offensive-minded coaches. So you have that in place.
That's why the Saints are high on my list.
I get that. This division is going to be a little weird to me. I don't. I have
wins get to the division win.
I think Carolina will win, but would I be surprised if Tampa goes on a run? No, but right now Carolina is my number one team. The rest of it, I'll have to kind of look at a little bit harder. But Carolina, what they did last year, Rudy, I thought was a huge step forward. And I think they'll take that next step. Their offensive line is also pretty good as well. So the defense was solid. I think they're the best. Would you agree that they're probably the best team though in the division? Or
Carolina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They're the best team in that division. And that's why I said it wouldn't surprise me if Carolina was 1 and then New Orleans 2. I mean, but I've got New Orleans 1 just because I like the moves that they made in the offseason. I mean, they made some really
they did.
moves. And I think another year under the coaching staff, you saw Tyler Shook take a massive step forward last year. I think he'd be a really good quarterback going to see.
You know, I got on him a bit, but he did take some strides. You know who didn't? Was your boy Daniel Jones?
Hmm.
What's gonna happen there, Rudy?
Well, I mean, Anthony Richardson's gone pretty much. He's not coming back. I'm surprised you brought his name up. Yes.
Well, I bring
Jones, man. I
bring him, and you told me that Daniel Jones was better than Kyler Murray. We'll see this year.
Daniel Jones has a playoff win, Gio.
Yeah, because of Saquon Barkley.
Facts are facts.
Daniel Jones threw for I think it was 15 touchdowns and 5 picks that year. Rudy, come on.
I mean,
he didn't have to do anything.
At least he got to what is considered the NFL promised land.
He beat Kirk Cousins in a playoff game, Rudy. That is not saying much.
I'm sorry, Gio.
Playoffs?
Yeah, Jim, I know.
Playoffs?
We're talking playoffs, man. But I mean, I'll give you another thing. Daniel Jones can see, he can see above the dashboard. I mean, he's got.
I will say that Daniel Jones, Rudy, before the injury, he was playing very well.
Yeah. Oh, he was. He was.
They had some big wins. I mean, that Rams game went down to the wire. Even though the Rams won, but Daniel Jones, barring the injury, I think Colts probably would have made the playoffs. I think, but the Texans, which I don't want to get to my previews, but CJ, please work on your. I hope you worked on your game this year, because if you don't, you're getting no contract extension. Woo! You're probably going to get a 1-year deal somewhere, probably Pittsburgh, right? Because they always have 1-year deals.
Pittsburgh needs a QB. They're bad.
You don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to have the last hurrah there, Rudy?
No, dude, come on, Aaron Rodgers, like for real, Aaron Rodgers. No, I mean, Mike Tomlin's gone. I mean, I'm not going to get into the preview yet, but I think I have more belief in the New Orleans Pelicans winning the NBA title than I do the Pittsburgh Steelers doing jack this year.
Any chance the Jets win more than 4 games this year?
Holy cow, dude. I think I would take 4 wins total. I don't think they go above that. I don't think they get below. If they do get below it, great, but I think it's 4 wins.
Well, Rudy, you know what's happening. The quarterback class next year is going to be much better.
Oh, God. The quarterback, and I hate that we're out of time, but the quarterback class is not even elite, dude. It's like beyond elite coming in.
Rudy, they're tanking. The Jets are
Every
tanking.
freaking team is going to tank. That's why I want the Falcons to finish dead last.
Fair.
I mean, if the Falcons, could put Brett Favre's broken ass back out there, I wouldn't mind that. Give me whatever.
Well, without the pictures, right, that he was sending.
Oh, yeah, I don't need that. I love that he brought it up. Give me Diego Pavia for 1 year in Atlanta. I would gladly take that 1-16 record.
I think, Rudy, we might see some teams literally this year probably be more tank prone.
Oh, God, yes.
The Jets are going to fire. Listen, they're going to fire their coach. So
think about it, Gio. Jets. Okay, 1. Falcons. Let's be honest. Falcons could use a quarterback there. You're talking, who else are we talking? The Steelers could use one. The Browns may even be thinking about QB there. I mean, those are 4 teams already, and you can name a whole lot more, right off the top of our head.
The Cardinals.
That I'm not even sold on Jackson Dart, so maybe Jim Harbaugh looks for one with the Giants.
Wait, you're not sold on Jackson Dart?
Not yet. I mean, I'm not sold on him just yet, man. I'm completely not. Listen, I'd rather have, next year going in when you're calling Ole Miss, like Jackson Dart, Trinidad Chambliss. I almost would have Chambliss over Dart.
Chambliss was the vein of my existence in that playoff game, which, by the way, I want to say something real quick. The committee was wrong. We should have never played Ole Miss. I'm never going to forget the committee on that. Why did we get Ole Miss in the first round? I absolutely have no idea. But anyway, I can't wait for those team previews. That was a lie. Unbelievable how we draw Ole Miss when we just played them not too long ago in the season. But anyway, I can't wait for the football previews and also obviously college football previews for conferences. By the way, Brady, before we leave, you know that Monster Energy is sponsoring the Big 12?
No, I did not.
So for football games, it's going to be the Monster Big 12 crap conference or some crap like that.
Ew.
Yeah.
That does not sound good at all.
And that's why everyone's leaving.
Well, that's not the reason why we have to leave right now.
No.
You know what? Hey, man, so we talked a lot tonight for about 30 minutes. Normally our shows go for about an hour. So just be on the sure to hit that subscribe button on Boxscore Studio TV on YouTube. Why? Because we got NFL previews coming up. We got college football preview coming up. We got a whole lot more with the coach here. And you do not want to miss it. We give fantasy football advice. Gio gives betting advice. We give a lot of stuff here when it comes to football. Football season's kicking off again. So what does that mean? Boxscore Studio, NFL, and college football takes, they are coming back now. So appreciate everybody that has joined us here for tonight. You can catch me here in a little while with Jeff Garcia, literally in about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe about Spurs in Focus here, the live edition. So be sure to jump on Spurs in Focus on YouTube. You can actually get it on Boxscore Studio TV on YouTube as well. So join me there for that. But for Coach Gio, it's Rudy Campos Jr. And the previews are coming up, man. The previews are coming up. The checks have cleared. Coach Gio is back for a little while. So be sure to join us here from time to time. Until then, we'll see you guys later.
This is Boxscore Studio. Breaking it down, calling it real, and keeping you one step ahead of the game. Catch you on the next one.